Hi, I'm Shani Kramer from Independence County Off-Road. Thank you for watching FLW Arkansas.
There you go, dude. That's a giant.
That's what I'm talking about. You just won some money right there. Not bad. That's what I'm talking about.
Hello and welcome to FLW Arkansas, where we feature the best anglers in the state. Today is the Bad Boy Mowers analysis episode with a twist. It's fishing's version of a cliffhanger. When we last left off, our BFL anglers were competing on Lake Hamilton in the first day of a two-day tournament to close out their regular season. So much was on the line. We had an exciting Angler of the Year race. We had dozens of anglers trying to qualify for the regionals. And we had a good old tournament in its own right. Somebody will win several $1,000s. Mother Nature always has her say as to how the anglers will fish. Sunny skies, no clouds, and no wind. Game on. What started with nearly 200 anglers on the water was cut to the top 17 boaters and co-anglers to fight for the title. And here are the top 5 boaters. Spencer Shuffield and Leland Nixon were the only 2 boaters with 10-pound bags, but there was a tight group right behind. On the co-angler side, Michael Lewis led the charge. Now keep in mind, these weights are cumulative, so the leaders will have a small head start on the rest of the field, but everyone has 8 hours to finish. And a lot can happen on the waters of Lake Hamilton.
A 2. Get up. Finally, number 1. Here. Another little dink.
Each of the anglers headed over to the new store Geared in Hot Springs for the championship weigh-in. The first big leap at the leaderboard came from the man who absolutely needed a big day to have a shot at Angler of the Year. Matt Wood needed to finish 3 positions ahead of Fred Martin to win. He set a high bar with 9 pounds and 11 ounces and took the lead for most of the weigh-in. But eventually, Fred Martin took the overall lead, 8 ounces ahead of Matt and 3 ounces ahead of Justin Swayze. And that was all that was needed to declare Fred Martin the 2017 Angler of the Year. Matt comes in second and Cody Burke comes in third. But we are still looking for a winner of today's event. Spencer Shuffield led the field after day 1, and he would come up as the only angler who could take the title away from Martin.
Looking for 7-10 to knock Fred out of the hot seat. We got a limit of bass. You see the fist pump, you know what's coming. 5 bass today, 10 pounds even. 2-day total, 20 pounds, 8 ounces. Your champion, Mr. Spencer Shuffield.
And Spencer Shuffield is your winner with a nice payday over $5,200. Martin finishes second, and Matt Wood jumped all the way from 15th to 4th to give Martin all he could handle to secure that Angler of the Year. Here's Shuffield on the win. Okay, we are here with our winner. Wow, congratulations. That's a couple of strong sacks of fish on some tough weekend here on Lake Hamilton.
Yeah, it was. You know, I mean, this place is a lot better than it showed this week. Honestly, with what I had today, or for a 2-day total, I'm beyond shocked at that one. I figured, you know, that would be like a top 10 probably, but even yesterday I knew I had around 10 pounds, and I was so upset and disappointed about it because I know what the potential of this place and how it's been fishing all summer long, you know. I told my co-owner, I said, man, if I didn't think 10.8 might, or 10 pounds would squeak in tomorrow, I'd throw these suckers back and just go home.
Mark is a tournament director, Lake Hamilton. We got a variety of different waterways here in Arkansas. Hamilton fishes different than some of its neighboring lakes right here. When you're putting together these schedules, what do you anticipate when you're thinking about this?
You know, it's tough, Carlton. We try to do the best we can. You know, it's just impossible to please everybody. And this year we went at it a little bit different. We put 5 different bodies of water. Usually we'll go to Washita a couple times, Dardanelle a couple times. This year we went at it a little bit different. We're going to go to, you know, 5 different bodies of water and, you know, try to go with the best times possible, you know, and Hamilton's fishing tough. Like Spencer said, you know, they have wintertime tournaments out here, and he's the main guy here. He catches 7, 8, 9 pounders all the time. They're out there, and that's, like you said, it's frustrating, you know, to go out there and catch 10 pounds when you know there's 20 pounds out there to be caught.
Well, let's talk about what worked for you. For all the anglers who, and a lot of people get intimidated on Hamilton, you know, and so what kinds of things were working for you?
Well, I threw a white buzzbait pretty much exclusively. They love it here.
Yeah.
But, you know, I haven't thrown it any in probably a month and a half. They bought it from the time they go on beds till end of October. You can catch them throwing it, and I tweak it a little bit. I cut the wire down a little bit on it. I throw a swim bait on the back of it. It's real compact. It's only an 1/8 ounce. Throw it on 50-pound braid. But the deal was this week is, you know, Thursday I picked it up for 30 minutes and could have had 17, 18 pounds on it. Had my hook rolled in. I mean, 3.5, 4 pounder. They just come up and clobber. And I thought, man, this thing's going to be unbelievable. We're going to wreck them. And, you know, for some reason, Saturday morning, completely different. You know, the fish are still there. They would follow it in, but they wouldn't bite it. I've never had them do that before with that buzz bait, and so it was very frustrating. You know, because I know somebody's catching. Yeah. And but you know, by the end of the day, you know, I picked up a wacky worm just because I was seeing fish swim around. Happened to catch a 3-pounder on it and help. But I caught all my fish, like I said, mainly on the buzz bait, and weighed in 1 on drop shot, 1 on wacky worm, and 1 or 2 on a Black's Custom Motormaker.
Okay. So varying. Different techniques.
Very diverse. I mean, all, you know, from the spectrum A to Z. I weighed in fish from 30 foot of water to literally everything I caught today was a foot or less.
Hey guys, to avoid scalping, do not remove more than 1/3 of the growth. Scalping is when the yard's cut too short and exposes the dirt and causes the grass to die.
Never mow the same way twice. Mowing the same way twice causes the soil to compact and leading to uneven ground.
The best tip that I can give is to mow with an attitude. Mow with a bad boy.
FLW Arkansas is brought to you by Superior Auto Group. Not just better, superior. And by Bad Boy Mowers. Mow with an attitude. By Costa Sunglasses. And by Certified Arkansas Bait Fish. Healthy, hearty, and safe. Log on to safebait.org. And by Intova Cameras.
Every industry has a leader, someone or something that rises to the challenge by outperforming and outlasting every competitor. In the world of zero turn, Bad Boy Mowers is the leader that rises and stands to outperform and outlast all of its competition with one singular goal in mind: deliver the most powerful, most durable, most comfortable zero turn mower in the world. Making the country, Bad Boy Country.
I'm Stephen Otwell with Capital Equipment in Sherwood. Thanks for watching FLW Arkansas, Fish with an Attitude.
We thank our friends at Bad Boy Mowers for making this special episode possible. They help us enjoy the outdoors, trimming the green grass so we can also enjoy chasing the green bass. They'll offer some lawn care tips all season long, and since this show is all about education, here are a few more tips from the experts.
How often should you mow your lawn? You should mow your lawn often enough that you only remove 1/3 of the lawn's height.
Avoid mowing your yard in the same direction every time. This will cause compaction, which eventually cuts off oxygen to the roots of your grass. Also, it can lead to rutting, which in the end leads to an uneven yard.
Take care of your mower. Keep your air filter clean. By keeping your air filter clean, you keep the dust particles out of the inside of your engine, and it extends the life.
One of the great things about coming to Lake Hamilton is bumping into friends, and this is Chuck Dykes. Now, Chuck is a Razorback All-American, ran the Razorback Foundation, ran the Game and Fish Foundation, which means you've pretty much had a dream life here in Arkansas.
It has been fun. There's been a few challenges along the way, but yeah, it hadn't been boring.
No, and this is not one of the challenges right here. You gotta, we're here at in his backyard right here on Lake Hamilton.
Yeah.
You love to fish.
It is my passion, and I do as much as I can. Sometimes I wonder if maybe I couldn't find a way to do a little more. But you know, living on Lake Hamilton, it's a real treat to have something like this in your back door.
You've gotten to see up close some of the beautiful waterways that Arkansas has. We're really blessed here.
Well, we are, Carlton, and I would tell you, the people in Arkansas appreciate what they've got. And I think that more and more people that come in from out of state are beginning to appreciate what we have here as well. Lake Hamilton is just one example of the quality of water that we have here. We're blessed to have great lakes like Lake Washita or Bull Shoals, or, you know, they're all over the state. And not to mention the streams and rivers that we have.
Let's get back to the weigh-in. Now, we still have a co-angler champion to crown. Michael Lewis held the lead after day one, but there would be some shaking up in this leaderboard. Steve Standridge from Conway got things off to a hot start. He began in 17th place, but took the lead and held it for a long time with a 9-pound, 3-ounce stringer. Eventually, Trevor Delaney took the stage with 9 pounds, 12 ounces, and the tournament was his. Delaney wins over $2,500, eclipsing Standridge by over 5 pounds, counting yesterday's totals. Michael Lewis came in third, followed by Jody Jones and Rod Martinez. All right, I'm with our co-angler champion, Trevor Delaney, out of Benton, Arkansas, and what a strong tournament you had. Now, to the back of the boat, it's tough to have consistency because you don't know who your boater is going to be from one day to the next, but you went from an 8+ pound sack to a 9+ pound sack. What was your secret to success?
Really just watching the guys and what they were doing in the front of the boat and kind of capitalizing on opportunities around them, really. I was in open water. I had great two boaters, Leland Nixon, Stephen Tyson Jr.
Yeah.
Great two boaters. They were fishing open water. Really played out to my advantage because I had water to fish. You know, you can't get front-ended at that point. They're schooling fish. You know, it wasn't that it was a dock fishing tournament for us. It was all open water, and that was really a key to success, I think, for me.
You know, I think you hit on something that's really important for the co-anglers out there, is that you had to watch and see what the boater was doing and then adjust to that. And a lot of folks, if they don't do that and they just get kind of stuck in their own rut, they won't see as much success, but it shows the versatility that you have to be a co-angler. Is that, have you found that to be true in the times that you've been fishing as a co-angler?
Absolutely. Your adaptability is key. I mean, it's really one of those things, and I like to look for things that if they're throwing something and they're not just getting hammered on it, I'm going to be throwing something totally different every time. And that's kind of what worked for me today. I had one bait that I didn't even have in the boat yesterday, but it caught me on my big fish today. I mean, it was really a blessing.
The Co-Angler of the Year race was set the day before, with Brian Choate of Conway winning the title. But it was another Conway angler, Steve Standridge, who made a big run in today's final, leaping into second place. Buddy Rudolph, also fishing today, used his 12th place overall finish to secure third. One of the neat things that's going on in the state of Arkansas is high school fishing. High school bass fishing is catching on, and we've got Connor Hutto, who is fishing with Greenbrier High School. You're from Damascus, and 35 people signed up for this team just this year. So this is something that's got to be a lot of fun.
Like it's like a big thing, like to get other kids involved that like don't play like other like athletic sports and things like that.
Tell me about your experience today.
I really liked it, really loved it. I really want to fish more coming up. It was a little bit tougher than pond fishing in Damascus. Yeah, but that's about it.
Jason Lenderman was your boater today. You learn a lot from him?
Yes, sir. I did learn a lot. I learned how to catch a 20-pound drum, which he actually hooked into. I just learned. I learned really like more about jig fishing and things about like that.
Okay. Did you catch any fish today?
I caught 2. I caught 2 for 3 pounds 2 ounces.
Okay. All right. Well, good. So you got on the board
at
a big-time BFL event.
I did.
You think high school fishing is going to take off and become even bigger still?
Yes, I think it's going to get like the next big sport.
All right. Okay. Well, we'll count on seeing you near the top of the leaderboard. All right.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for talking with us. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Phil Sheffield from Phil's Auto in Arkadelphia. Thanks for watching FLW Arkansas.
FLW Arkansas is brought to you by Superior Auto Group. Not just better, superior. And by Bad Boy Mowers. Mow with an attitude. By Costa Sunglasses. And by Certified Arkansas Bait Fish. Healthy, hearty, and safe. Log on to safebait.org. And by Intova Cameras.
There are easier ways to become a better angler. Join FLW today and take your fishing to the next level. Get the magazine, get on the water. Visit flwfishing.com/membership to find out more.
Hi, I'm Paul Levo from Russellville, Kubota. Thanks for watching FLW Arkansas.
There's pressure and then there's pressure. And so entering this tournament, you knew you were close, just a couple of points away. And you handled the first hurdle, but then coming in, the only guy that could catch you was 2 points back, and he had a monster day as well.
Right.
How do you go out and fish day 2 and do what you did?
Well, I just tried to stay calm, and I knew that eventually the school bus was going to drop those kids off. And, you know, later up in the day, they dropped them off. I caught my limit. And I seen those other guys catching them, and I was like, man, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And then I missed the big one. And so, you know, I just stayed focused and culled a couple of times, and I pulled it off. Put it off.
You know, a lot of people in fishing, if they've never tournament fished before, they don't understand pressure in fishing, because most people think of fishing as something you do to just go out and relax and enjoy a peaceful time. Were you relaxed at all today?
No, I didn't get relaxed because, you know, I was watching the other guys catch them, and I wasn't catching them, the biggest one, what I thought they was catching, but they was about the same size. But I just had to stay focused, and I knew eventually I was going to get a good bite, and I did.
Yeah. So what does it feel like? You are the 2017 Angler of the Year.
It's unbelievable. I've been, you know, trying to get here for a long time, and I finally made it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I want to thank my wife and thank my daughter for backing me up. And Metro Area Bass Club, some of the best fishermen in Arkansas.
Yeah.
And if y'all notice, every time we show up, we on the stage. And I want to thank Ranger Boats for my boat, and Mink Coder, Power Pole, Pars and Jigs, Zoom, because I caught most of my fish on that white fluke. And I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah, well, we're glad you're here. From one North Little Rock guy to another, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Well done. Cody Burke had another incredible season on the BFL circuit. He finished second last year and third this year. He is one of the state's best. One of the more intriguing storylines heading into this event is the Angler of the Year event. And so that's a very, very special honor, and it also puts a little bit of pressure on whoever's #1 going into the last event. And I've got the guy right here, Cody Burke out of Bryant. You entered with a 2-point lead over second place and another 2 points in third place. Obviously, very talented anglers across the board. And then we also had a camera follow out as well, just to add a little more pressure to you.
Just a little bit.
So tell us about the day.
The day started kind of slow. It took me probably an hour and a half to get my first bite, which is pretty decent one. You know, 2.5 pounders start the day, and I caught it on a frog. And then it just kind of went slow. It seemed like the rotation that I was on of shallow, it never happened. So I just kept running stuff, and finally come across another one. And you know, I just ended a little bit short with only 4 fish. I lost one really good one, just poor execution. I had it come to the boat on a frog, and it come off, and I'll definitely be fishing tomorrow. So nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, well, and again, it's one of those things when you think, okay, you'll finish in the top 5 in the season. That's a heck of a season. You know?
I guess it's good when you look at it like that.
That's
but
right.
You know, this is back-to-back years, you know, leading going into it, and then last year at Dardanelle, I just didn't get any bites to have a shot, and then just losing 1 or 2 today, you know, top 5 is really good. I won't complain, but I really wanted to win.
You can't come to Hot Springs without talking to Les Warren. Les, thanks for coming down again.
Glad to be here. You've
This
got
is
quite a
neat.
crowd.
Yeah, this is something, isn't it?
I was out at your Ouachita fishing tournament, and you've got more people here than that one.
Yeah, well, a lot of interest in this with the season coming down. We've got a points race that we're going to crown an Angler of the Year this weekend, and people trying to get into that regional. But also kind of the final regular season event. It's a good time for people to come on out and see what's going on. And here in Lake Hamilton, which is a tough fishery, a lot of folks interested here, and this is great for Hot Springs.
Oh, we love having people here in Hot Springs. This is, you know, with Lake Ouachita, Lake Hamilton, Lake Catherine, people love to come here fishing.
It's a great destination. It was America's first resort, right?
That's what we claim.
That's what we're saying.
And we're sticking with it.
There's nobody's going to challenge us right now. Yeah. Well, Les, you have an opportunity to serve the people of Hot Springs in this area, and you've gotten to know a lot of folks and a lot of the wonderful things that makes Hot Springs beautiful and an attraction for all of this. What's that like to be able to serve these good folks?
Oh, it's amazing. You know, I've been here. My wife and I are starting our 23rd year here, and it is absolutely one of the things that you tell people is this is an amazing place to live. Yeah. It's situated in such a beautiful place. I mean, you drive in and it's all flat, and then all of a sudden you come to Hot Springs and you've got mountains, you've got lakes. It's a beautiful setting. We've got the National Park downtown. You've got Magic Springs, you've got Garvin Woodland Gardens, you've got our historic downtown that has really come back to life. I mean, it is absolutely, if you go down there on a weekend or even a weekday, the streets are packed. And so many new shops have opened. It's just fun to be walking down there. So, and more's coming.
Good deal.
So we're excited.
Hey guys, I'm Lee McClendon from FL Davis in Clinton and Greers Ferry. Thank y'all for watching FLW Arkansas.
FLW Arkansas is brought to you by Superior Auto Group. Not just better, superior. And by Bad Boy Mowers. Mow with an attitude. By Costa Sunglasses. And by Certified Arkansas Bait Fish. Healthy, hearty, and safe. Log on to safebait.org. And by Intova Cameras.
Every industry has a leader, someone or something that rises to the challenge by outperforming and outlasting every competitor. In the world of zero turn, Bad Boy Mowers is the leader that rises and stands to outperform and outlast all of its competition with one singular goal in mind: deliver the most powerful, most durable, most comfortable zero turn mower in the world. Making the country, Bad Boy Country.
Hi, I'm Dwight Payne with Alma Tractor and Equipment. Thanks for watching FLW Arkansas.
Hey guys, just this one time of the year, right before winter, set your deck height about 1.5 to 2 inches and cut short just this once. Okay, that'll do a couple of things, guys. First, it will lessen the chance of mold over the winter. And second, tall grass blades won't lie down and smother the new grass next spring.
How often should you mow your lawn? You should mow your lawn often enough that you only remove 1/3 of the lawn's height.
Hey guys, this is something a lot of people forget. Don't forget to change your engine oil at least one time during the mowing season. It's very important to your engine life.
One of the fun parts about following these guys on the water is what they catch before you get there and what they catch after you leave. And so we came up on Vaughn Kinsey a little bit earlier in the day. You had a couple of fish in there. We saw you with another couple. In fact, as we were leaving, you caught a nice keeper, but then things kept going afterwards.
Right. We'd been trying to target specifically schoolers, sitting off of long points, waiting for them to come up and then throwing on them and picking them off. And that bite just went away. It just wasn't working. And I didn't get a lot of practice, but what little bit of fishing on the bottom, I never got anything in practice. And I ended up having to completely change my game and go to fishing the shady side of docks and throwing a finesse worm on the shady side of docks. And they would be sitting in key points on there. And the particular dock that we went to, right after you guys left, I caught 3 of my best fish off that same dock in 3 consecutive casts.
Okay.
So,
we are good luck, but sometimes it's delayed.
Yeah, I thought about that after you left. I said, come back, come back.
So talk a little bit about when changing tactics, and that's always the guessing game, and that's what separates the good guys from the not so good guys, is knowing when to change, when to leave, and all of that. What made you decide that your initial strategy of those points and schoolers was going to not work?
On the practice days, when you would be sitting in 25 to 30 feet of water, all the bait and all the fish that you saw in your graph were about 15, anywhere from 5 to 15 feet. So they were up in the water column and they were just waiting to run into the bait in school. Anything you threw on the bottom, you were fishing underneath them. And then I started noticing this afternoon, everything was on the bottom. Everything was on the bottom. I don't know if it was so much pressure, boat traffic, which there's a lot of boat traffic on this lake on the weekends, had kind of drove them down. I realized there's a lot of schooling still going on, but particular areas I was at, they had gone to the bottom, and that allowed me to get a bite. And then you had to fish really slow and use a small bait. And but
that spot remover was working for you.
That's it. That's what I caught them all. Ended up catching every one of them on. I culled the 2 little ones I'd had on top water, and I caught every one of them on that shaky head. It comes over rocks real good, but it wasn't so much rocks underneath there. It's just got a good presentation. Doesn't, I was using a real light head. Didn't fall too fast. And a lot of them would just hit it on the fall and swim out from underneath the dock with it. And they're just sitting in the shade. And so once I caught those 3 around that dock after you guys left, I knew what I needed to do the rest of the day.
FLW Arkansas comes at you next from Louisiana's Red River for the BFL Regionals. We'll follow our Arky Division Top 45 as they compete against the best from Texas, Oklahoma, and Mississippi. That's next week on FLW Arkansas. As always, we appreciate our friends at Bad Boy Mowers for making this series possible. Support the businesses that support you. Give Bad Boy a ride and mow with an attitude. When the crew of FLW Arkansas comes to Hot Springs, we love to stay in the Comfort Suites on Nash Street. The rooms provide just what you want. Quiet, clean, and close to the lake. And what's perfect for anglers are the charging stations outside to keep your batteries topped off for a full day on the water. Comfort Suites in Hot Springs.